Morning. So we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Any issues on either? You can switch over to the other one. Thank you for coming along this morning. And I wish you a good morning and successful meditation. We're training in this Himalayan style of meditation. We'll be doing this now for quite a while, meditating on the nature of the mind, getting a sense of space and expansion. But how do we keep going? How do we keep our practice going day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year? Many obstacles to stopping our practice and doing something else. It can be, a phase that we go through. But if we really want to maintain our practice over a prolonged period of time, which is really the only way we're ever going to get deep experience. So to say that, I know, there's often this, naturally in this world, we want immediate results. If we're told it's going to take a long time, we can get a bit disheartened or discouraged. In some respects, we can get immediate results, but to sustain that experience, we need to keep practicing. You can meditate, get some result, as in some feeling, some special experience, but that will fade, of course. And for a meditator, the main obstacle to continuing practicing is not a lack of money, not being in a relationship, our work, our health. These things are not major obstacles because we can learn to transform them. Major obstacle is distraction and discouragement, feeling discouraged. Discouragement is talked about in the Buddhist text as a form of laziness. Interestingly enough, when we feel discouraged. And it can happen easily in meditation. Even like thinking, oh, this is hard. This is hard. Nothing seems to be happening. Maybe I'm not very good at this. It can turn into a form of discouragement. Not helpful. We need to somehow ensure that this discouragement doesn't prevent us from continuing to meditate. And in a sense, the antidote to discouragement is a form of joyful effort. They talk about joyful effort. What does this mean? It's taking delight in what we're doing. Taking delight in meditation, for example. Taking delight in the practice. just the fact that we are here now, we just delight in that. We think, wow, amazing, how wonderful. I'm starting the week with the meditation, starting the day with meditation. And inside we feel a sense of happiness for no other reason than this is what we're doing. We're not waiting to see how it goes because we understand. Just waiting to see the effects of meditation immediately makes no sense anyway. As we've looked at previously, we are simply creating the causes and seeds for future experiences. So we develop a mind of joy, joyful effort. And this mind propels us. And most importantly, it keeps it light, keeps what we're doing light. If we make it heavy, which ego will try to do to stop us, then it's not much fun, really. It's just, we can push, we can push ourselves to some degree. I'll keep going on with these Meditate with Adam sessions, I'll keep doing them. But it has to be sustainable. And so we're able to practice whether we're in a group or whether we're not, whether we're telling the world that we're practicing or whether nobody knows, So there's some sustainability coming from our joyful effort. We're not doing it for any other reason other than we're delighting in it and we understand it's a beneficial way to help others. Nothing about ourselves, what we're trying to show to the world. Look at me. Look at me, everybody. I'm meditating. It's meaningless, really, that kind of approach, and it won't last. That's the main point. It's difficult to sustain it, like as in day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, and if you believe in future lives, lifetime after lifetime. It's big vision. And of course, keep it light, joyful efforts, we delight. Yes, like it. Great, good start. And then try to understand what that feels like, joy. I'm going to do a course on it in the future, Mindspace Plus course, about joy, joyful effort. It's such an important subject. And when we're training in meditation, to have a sense of lightness, not to be forcing or pushing. So even when we're meditating, sitting here, in a minute we're going to be, there's a sense of lightness. We're just happy, almost joyful that we've meditating. Someone was talking to me about the lottery the other day, asking me about numbers. Do you have any suggestions on numbers of winning the lottery? Personally, I've never done the lottery. Like, I've never done this national lottery. But I said, well, I've already won it. I already won the lottery this morning. When I woke up. lottery win. What you win the lottery, as in the national lottery or whatever else they're called. Of course, we develop joy. Yeah, you see these photos of the joy. Meaningless, really, winning the lottery. Completely meaningless. Yeah. What joy for what? We've got some money. Yeah. Like, oh, I can solve all my daily problems now because I've got all this money. Don't think so. Just Google lottery winners biography. You'll see that, in a sense, we won the lottery. We've got a human. We got a human body. We've got a human mind. We've got incredible good fortune. Won't last, but we have it now. There's so many good things in our life. So much freedom. We've got the opportunity to transcend the problems of daily life. How? By learning these meditations. It's extraordinary. So I said I've already won it. And then I told them about how I thought it was meaningless. And that ended them going off to buy a ticket. We have to appreciate that. We would feel joyful. But we're not really going to solve any problems with that money. And the only way we'll do that is by giving it away. And you would be guaranteed, let's say you won the lottery later, mind completely distracted, totally and utterly distracted. In fact, having less resources is helpful for meditation because less distractions. We don't have to keep thinking of what we're going to spend it on and how we protect it and so forth. So joyful effort is the theme of today. And let's use the power of this to propel us in our meditations now. So bringing our attention to our breathing. Taking 5 deep breaths. Deep inhalation. And breathing out. 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 Final one. Deep inhalation. And breathing out. And we set a compassionate intention. Including as many people as possible in our meditation. Developing the wish that everyone can find freedom from their suffering. and we develop a joyful mind. Appreciating our good fortune and just happy to be here and have this opportunity. Then we engage in the 9-round breathing. Deep inhalation through the right nostril. Switch and breathe out 3 times. Deep inhalation. Switch and breathe out 3 times. Deep inhalation. And breathe out 3 times. Go again. Deep inhalation. Switch. Breathe out 3 times. Deep inhalation. Breathe out 3 times. Final one. Deep inhalation. And breathe out 3 times. And then over to you in your own time. Engage in these practices. And with a light, happy mind, we engage in our meditation. My body, like a mountain. My breath, like the wind. And my mind, like the sky. We rest right now in the space of our mind, letting go of the past, letting go of the future, letting go of the present, not trying to work anything out, not trying to make anything happen. my mind clear, like space. Complete clarity. Functioning to know, cognize. Abiding in this space. Just for a short time. Completely letting go. And looking ahead, this week, this day, we encourage ourselves to keep joy and happiness in our heart. To delight in our positive activity and in the activity of others. To keep our mind up and full of joy. Okay, thank you very much. When you're ready, please bring your session to a close. How does joy, or how would joy come into play now? Immediately upon finishing your meditation, you delight in yourself. You think, you feel how wonderful, I've just completed a morning meditation. Incredible. And we congratulate ourselves. Yeah. Because why do we need to do this? Not egocentric, because we're doing it on behalf of others. We need to do this because it propels us to keep practicing. Yeah. If we don't, then you can finish a meditation like this and think, oh, nothing really happened, or then think, oh, I've got to go into the day now, got all these things to do ahead of me. Yeah, and then the mind slips into discouragement. Or in a sense, you meditate, you just sort of get your head above water and feel a bit better, and then the session finishes and we have our usual routine back in our house, and the mind slips under into discouragement. And then we can project that onto our life, discouragement. If only I'd have done this, If only I'd have done that. Why did I do this? Why didn't I do that? It's not helpful. And then this is just with ourselves. And then we have to contend with others. Maybe we see, I don't know, someone doing well, and we feel depressed. We feel, or we see someone happy, hear someone laughing, and we feel discouraged because we don't feel like that. We hear about someone's good fortune, and all it does is remind us that we don't have it. And we think, it maybe even gives us some energy to try to get what they've got. But that's not joy. That's competitiveness. And that plagues the mind continuously. And that pushes us. Push, 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 push. That's not effort in this context. Just pushing, shoving, competing. It's not effort. That is just pushing. Looks like effort on the surface. Maybe even, we're working very hard. Think, oh, look how hard I'm working. But inside, no joy. Pushing, 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 but no joy at all. It's exhausting. But with joyful effort, we finish the meditation, we think, how wonderful. Finish my meditation, I've got some peace or positive energy in the morning. I woke up and decided to do this as opposed to all the other things I could have done. Spend another half hour on the internet or whatever. How wonderful. So we delight in ourselves like that. And then we keep our mind up. And we try to maintain that lightness. Watch the mind sinking. And when it does, look for reasons to feel joyful. Instead of looking for reasons to feel miserable, we try to look for reasons to feel happy. And there's a lot of them. Just with our own life, our good fortune, our gratitude can play a big part in this. Gratitude and joy mixed together. Feeling appreciative for what we have in our life. Thanking, all the time thanking our family, parents, grandparents, guardians, teachers, elders, people who've helped us along the path, mentally thanking them. Yeah, that's joyful in itself. But another way, with respect to other people, because they're everywhere, is to delight in them as well. Yeah, this is the practice which is known as rejoicing. Yeah, rejoicing in other people. So we start with ourselves, which is helping us to overcome discouragement, helping to maintain our practice. Then when we see other people, maybe see other people experiencing some good fortune, whether it's just some temporary happiness, just laughing, just there, just having a little bit of fun, a little bit of happiness. We think, great. Or maybe we hear that some good fortune has come into their life. Even if it's just some worldly good fortune, their life has improved. We think, how wonderful for them. They've got a new job, or whatever it is. How wonderful. Yeah. And then that keeps the mind positive, as opposed to picking faults. Or the opposite of rejoicing is jealousy. where we think, why wasn't that me? I want that. I deserve that. I work hard. Why shouldn't I have got that? Miserable mind. It's like a tight mind. And it steals all the joy out of our life. And interestingly, it makes us put a lot of effort, but not joyful effort, worldly effort, into trying to get what they've got or compete with them, which leads nowhere. With joyful effort, we're just happy for them. We don't feel the need to compete. Yeah. Rejoicing. You can think, what can I rejoice in today? And look out for things to rejoice in. You can even do it while watching the news. There's a lot of good news out there. Just depends what you read. Yeah, find positive things people are doing. How wonderful like that. Rejoice in them. How wonderful for them that they are engaged in that positive activity. May they find happiness in their life. So it leads on to the dedication. Try that. Yeah, try to keep joy at the forefront of your mind, the lightness. Not only does it help us in our everyday life, but with respect to meditation, which is, the training, when we sit down to meditate later, 7:30, I'll be here. Feel free to join me for the 99th session. There's a lightness in our mind. There's a joy. I wish you a joyful day. Appreciate you tuning in. And I might see you a bit later. Thank you, everybody. And bye for now.